everyone, my name is Vishal Singh and I'll be teaching you chess today. So in the previous class we had completed defending by moving away. So that was quite those classes were filled with quite a lot of information. So today we'll be doing with defending by protecting. So when you do not have a route to escape, when your piece is completely blocked and it cannot run away, it's sure that your piece is going to die. You need to bring in another piece that can protect it. So that is what we're going to learn today about. Okay, so I'll be sharing my screen now. Let me know if you can see the screen. All right. Okay, here we are. So this is the first puzzle. You're playing as white over here, and yeah, I remember. Pause the video before I tell you which of your pieces under the attack and what can be the possible solution, and why do you think the solution that you think it is. Once that is done, come back and then play the video. Let's see if our answers do match, and that we're on the same page. All right. Okay. So you're playing as white, and as you can see, your knight is under the attack. All right. Now, in the previous examples, I showed you where all the places the knight can escape and what the consequences would be. There was always a certain place where your piece was actually safe that you could have escaped to. But in cases like these, let's see. So there are 8 possible places where the knight can jump to, out of which 3 are your own pieces. So these are out of option, the pawn, knight, and the bishop. So these 3 options are eliminated already. So if you move your knight to f5, it will probably be killed by the pawn. The same goes for knight to e6. Again your knight will be killed by the pawn. Here, either the king or the pawn can kill your knight at c6. Your knight will again be killed at b5 by the king, and definitely be killed at b3 by by the pawn at c4. So none of the options are safe. Doesn't matter where you move your knight, it will be killed for absolutely free. It will be captured absolutely for free. So you'll be losing points for nothing, and the enemy will be in advantage by 3 points. So we do not want that, right? What can we do to avoid that? We can use one of our other piece to protect it. So you see our knight is currently in the black box while our bishop is in the white box. So using the bishop is out of the option right now at this point. We can either we could have used our king, but we cannot. Why? Because there are 2 places our king could have moved to save the knight. But why can it not? It cannot move to d3. Why? Because the pawn has its attack range here at d3. So moving our king over there would be an illegal move. You cannot bring your king into a check. That is an illegal move. Here at e3, the bishop has its attack range diagonally set till c1. So again, moving your king would be an illegal move. So using our bishop and using our king are definitely out of the option. The only pieces that remain are pawns. Is there any pawn that can support our knight at the moment? Yes, definitely. The pawn here at c2. You see this? We just need to move it 1 block ahead, and that is the answer to save it. Now it is completely safe. The enemy should, if the enemy is logical, he or she should not kill our knight technically. Why? Because he's using the rook to capture our knight. The rook is worth 5 points and our knight is worth 3 points. So if the exchange does happen, the enemy will be in disadvantage by 2 points. So if the enemy is sane and is logical, we are completely safe over it. Got it? So that is the answer. That is how you protect your piece using another piece. Okay, so this is called defending by protecting. Let's move on to another example. Okay, so here you're playing as black. All right, you're playing as black, and again, pause the video. I've told you what you're playing as. Look for the piece that is under attack and what can the possible solution be. Okay. All right, so let's get started. You're playing as black over here, and your black knight is under attack. So let's see if there is any escape possible. If not, if the escape is not possible, let's see if we can protect it. All right. So we can let's eliminate our own pieces first. We cannot jump on our own pieces. So all the options above our knight are already eliminated. Okay. So these 4 are already out of the way. Now there are 4 remaining. If if you play knight to d4, it is going to get killed by the pawn. That is, so we take that out as well. If you play pawn to e3, again it is being killed by the pawn here at f2. That is again out of the option. If you capture the pawn at g3, you'll only get 1 point, but you'll be losing 3 points due to this pawn here at f2 because it will be captured on the spot. Again out of the option. So what if you play h4? Again it will be captured. So escaping doesn't seem to be quite a good option, right? Even if you take out the pawn, that is still a very bad trade. It is completely not fair. So what other option do you have? You can protect your own piece. Why? Using again a bishop would be no good. Why? Because your bishop is in a black box, your knight is in a white box. Out of the option. Knight being your king being way too far. It will take 2 moves to protect it. Again out of the option. The only piece that can help you out in a situation like this would be a pawn. Why? It is just one block behind your knight and can move 1 block ahead to protect your knight. Now it is completely safe. And even if the exchange does take place, it would be an equal exchange. Both the pieces, the bishop and the knight, are equally worth 3 points. So if the exchange does happen, it's quite okay. That's a fair trade. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. And instead of losing points for absolutely free for absolutely nothing, you would actually be offering an equal exchange, which would be quite a better outcome compared to the previous one. Okay. All right. So let's move ahead to. So the answer to this one was very simple: pawn to g6. Got it? Let's move ahead. Okay. So here you're again playing as black, and pause the video. Think which of your pieces is under attack. Come back with a solution, and let's see if our solution does match. Okay. So you're playing as black over here, and the piece that is under attack is the your opponent, the white, only has one strong piece, that is rook. So that is only thing that might be attacking your piece, right? Correct. So the rook is actually attacking your knight. Your knight is under the attack. So let's see what are the options are. It cannot move up because none of the L shape it will play. Right. So you currently have 6 options where your knight can move to. Out of so 2 of them are your own pieces occupying the 2 of the blocks. So let's remove them out of the options. Now you have 4 of them remaining. Moving here at a6 will get your knight killed by the pawn here at b5. So again, not a good option. Capturing the pawn here at b5 will again get your knight captured by the pawn here at a4. Not a good option. Getting 1 point in return for 2, not a fair trade. Out of option. Moving here at d5, the opponent king can easily capture a knight. Not a good option again. Moving to knight to e6 would again be not a good option. Why? Because you'll be giving away your knight for free. We do not want that. So escaping again doesn't seem to be option. Can your bishop save this knight? No. Why? The bishop is in a white box. Your knight is in a black box. The bishop does not move like this. So using a bishop completely out of the option. Um, what you can do in return would be actually you can bring your knight here at c6, but that would have been an option if the opponent pawn wasn't here at b5. Suppose the pawn wasn't there at b5, you get your bishop in between, and your bishop would then be protected by the pawn. So that would have been a viable option if the pawn here at b5 was not present. But the opponent has a pawn over here, and if you get your bishop over here, it will simply be captured by another pawn. Again, not a good option. So the only good option you have at the moment is to utilize your king. See, the king even does move. You guys know that you can use the king. So the best option to play right now would be king to b8. Quite simple, right? Understood? Very simple. Uh, and again, don't forget, a lot of times people forget that king is not something to play with. King, we have to use the king in the end game. It is actually quite uh, necessary because in the end games, most of your pieces, as you see here, even the white does not have any piece other than a rook. Even you do not have any of the pieces left. You only have a knight and a bishop. Whereas you started off with 7 very strong pieces. You only have 2 of them left, and the enemy only has 1 of them left. So in the end game, we have to utilize the king. Remember, a lot of people forget to utilize the king. We actually should utilize the king. Okay, so that was all for today. I hope you guys understood what I was saying. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something today. So in the next class, we'll be continuing this, and let's see if we can finish this in the next class. I hope you guys enjoyed. So see you guys in the next class. Bye bye.